Ladies and gentlemen, you are not stuck. Let's get that straight. What's actually happening is that you're hesitating to move, to choose, to act, because your brain has convinced you that the unknown is dangerous. But stuck? No, you're alive, you're breathing, you have options. The real problem isn't a lack of possibility. It's a lack of permission. The kind you give yourself when you decide to try, even when it's terrifying. The truth is, fear wears 100 different disguises: procrastination, perfectionism, self-doubt, overthinking. We label them as personality traits or flaws, but really, they're just symptoms of fear. Fear of failure, fear of judgment, fear of wasting time, but let me tell you something, staying where you are out of fear will cost you far more than trying and failing ever will. Most people wait for clarity before taking action. But that's not how this works. Clarity comes after movement, not before. You move, you try, you screw up a little, you learn, and suddenly the fog starts lifting. You realize you weren't stuck at all. You were just standing still, waiting for perfect conditions that don't exist. The longer you wait, the more convincing your excuses become. You're scared because what you want actually matters to you. And that's a good thing. It means you care, but let's not confuse caring with paralysis. Fear isn't a stop sign. It's a signal that you're on the edge of growth. Every major breakthrough starts with uncertainty. No one builds a powerful, meaningful life by playing it safe. So stop waiting to feel brave and start acting like someone who doesn't want to live the rest of their life wondering what if. You are not stuck. You're just scared, and that's okay. What's not okay is letting fear make decisions for you. The next time you say, "I don't know what to do," ask yourself if that's really true, or if you're just scared to do the thing you already know you need to. Your life starts moving forward the moment you do. Even one small step counts, so take it. Stop negotiating with your excuses. Seriously, every time you argue with yourself about why you can't do something, you're wasting energy that could be spent doing it. You don't need another pep talk from your inner voice that says, "Maybe tomorrow," or "This isn't the right time." That voice, it's not your ally. It's your comfort zone in disguise, trying to keep you small. And you know it. Excuses are slick. They sound reasonable. "I'm tired. I'm too busy. I'll start next week." But let's be real, those excuses aren't facts. They're just, practiced lies, and the worst part, you're the one telling them to yourself. That mental backhand. Fourth, you keep having the one where you justify your inaction. That's negotiation, and it's killing your momentum. The minute you stop negotiating and start deciding, everything changes. You don't need to feel ready. You don't need a perfect plan. You need a decision, a line in the sand. "I'm doing this, period." That's it. Because once you decide, your brain stops looking for an escape route and starts looking for a way through. That's where growth begins, not in the debate, but in the doing. You think successful people are more disciplined, more confident. No, they're just quicker to shut down the excuses. They don't give their doubts airtime. They act even when it's messy. They choose progress over perfection, and they do it again the next day. You don't have to eliminate fear or doubt to move forward. You just have to stop giving your excuses the final vote. So here's the bottom line. If you want change, stop explaining why you can't and start showing up like someone who can. No more deals, no more delays, no more internal debates. The version of you that gets it done. They don't negotiate with excuses. They take the action anyway. Discomfort is a sign of growth, not a red flag. But too often, the moment we feel awkward, stretched, exposed, or uncertain, we take it as a sign to stop. We think this feels wrong, when what we're really feeling is unfamiliar, and guess what? Growth always feels unfamiliar. You're not breaking down. You're breaking through. Your brain is wired to keep you safe, not successful. So the second you step outside your routine, your brain screams danger. But it's not danger, it's expansion. That nervous energy you feel before speaking up, making a big change, or taking a risk, that's not a stop sign. It's proof you're on the edge of something meaningful. The edge is supposed to feel uncomfortable. Discomfort is a byproduct of challenge. Think about working out. Your muscles burn not because something's wrong, but because something's working. The same is true with emotional, mental, and personal growth. If it's easy, it's probably not changing you. Real growth demands stretch, it demands sweat, and yes, sometimes it demands failure. That's the process, not the problem. If you keep avoiding discomfort, you also avoid transformation. People say they want confidence, purpose, strength, but they avoid every situation that would build those things. You don't get braver by staying comfortable. You get braver by doing the thing that makes your stomach flip and your palms sweat. And realizing you didn't die, you leveled up. So the next time discomfort hits, don't flinch, don't retreat. Recognize it for what it is, a green light. A signal that you're not standing still, you're growing, stretching, evolving. Discomfort isn't a red flag, it's your invitation to rise. You don't need motivation, you need momentum. Motivation is unreliable. It's a feeling, and like every feeling, it comes and goes. If you sit around waiting to feel ready, to feel fired up, you're going to be stuck for a long time. The truth is, most of the things that move your life forward don't start with motivation. They start with a decision to move, period. Think about it. When's the last time you were motivated to do something hard exactly? You probably did it without motivation, and what happened next? Once you started, once you got into it, you felt more capable. More clear, that's momentum. It's like pushing a car. The first few steps feel impossible, but once the wheels turn, even slightly, everything gets easier. Motivation is a trap because it tricks you into believing you have to want to act in order to act. You don't, you just have to start. You have to be willing to take the first step, even if it's small, even if it's awkward, even if it's imperfect. Action creates energy, energy builds confidence, and confidence fuels consistency. That's how momentum works. People who wait to feel motivated will always be outrun by the ones who just show up no matter what. Discipline is greater than inspiration. A 10-minute messy start beats a week of mental preparation. The secret isn't in feeling right, it's in doing something right now that moves the needle forward and then doing it again tomorrow. So stop waiting to be in the mood. Stop hoping for the right time. The second you move even a little, you've already won half the battle. You don't need a motivational speech. You need movement. Momentum is the most underrated superpower you have, and it starts the moment you stop hesitating and take that first step. Fear is a habit, and so is courage. Most people think fear is something that just happens to them, but fear is often a pattern, a reflex. You feel uncertain and your brain runs the same script. What if I fail? What will they think? What if I'm not good enough? That internal loop. It's practiced, rehearsed, conditioned, and just like any habit, it can be rewired. Your fear isn't always about real danger, it's about discomfort. It's your mind trying to keep you in what's familiar, not what's better. And every time you listen to it, every time you obey that fear without questioning it, you reinforce it. You strengthen that neural pathway. Fear becomes your default, not because it's truth, but because it's familiar. But here's the game changer. Courage works the same way. It's also a habit. It's built the moment you act in spite of fear. Speak up even when your voice shakes. Try something new even when your hands sweat. Show up when you don't feel ready. The more you do this, the more automatic it becomes. You train your brain to handle fear instead of retreating from it. You don't become fearless. You become used to being bold. You start realizing, okay, that was scary, but I didn't die. I handled it. I'm stronger than I thought. That realization is everything. Every act of courage makes the next one easier. And just like fear, if you practice courage often enough, it becomes your go-to response. So stop thinking courage is something you either have or don't. It's not a gift. It's a skill, a choice, a habit, and you're building it every time you move forward while fear shouts in your ear. Fear might never leave, but it doesn't have to lead. You get to choose which habit runs your life. Your thoughts are not facts. Just because something feels true doesn't mean it is true. Your brain generates thousands of thoughts a day, some helpful, some neutral, and some complete garbage. But the problem is you don't question them. You accept them like headlines from a trusted news source. I'm not good enough. This will never work. People will judge me. None of that is fact. It's fear, insecurity, or an old story you've told yourself for so long you stopped challenging it. You have to understand this. Your brain is not designed to make you happy. It's designed to keep you safe, which means it's biased toward negativity, caution, and self-protection. That voice in your head pointing out everything that could go wrong. That's just your survival instinct. But survival mode is not where dreams are built. If you want to grow, you have to learn to interrupt the thought, not obey it. Start treating your thoughts like suggestions, not orders. You get to question them. Ask, is this true? Is this helpful? Is this the whole story? When your brain tells you you're not ready, ask, says who? When it says you're going to fail, ask, have I tried? Have I learned? Just because a thought is loud doesn't mean it's right. Confidence comes from learning to separate your actual capabilities from the mental noise trying to hold you back. And here's the kicker. The thoughts you choose to engage with will shape your life. You think better, you live better. If you constantly feed yourself doubt, you'll hesitate. If you train yourself to find possibilities, you'll move. This isn't about being delusional. It's about being deliberate. Start choosing thoughts that serve your future, not ones that drag you back to your past. So next time your brain throws a limiting belief your way, stop and remind yourself, this is just a thought. It's not a verdict. Not a prophecy, not a fact. You can acknowledge it without obeying it, because the most powerful shift you can make isn't in your circumstances. It's in what you believe about them. Small actions beat big intentions. Every single time we love to plan, we make lists, set goals, talk about what we're going to do, and sure, dreaming big is great. But dreaming doesn't move the needle, action does. The smallest step forward will always outperform the perfect idea that lives only in your head. It's not about how inspired you are, it's about what you do with it. Intentions are comfortable. They make you feel like you're making progress without the risk. I'm going to start eating healthy. I'm going to launch my business. I'm going to get serious about my goals. That all sounds great, but without action, it's just noise. The world doesn't respond to what you intend to do. It responds to what you actually do, and here's the truth. Small actions are easier to repeat. And repetition is what builds momentum, habits, and real change. You don't have to overhaul your life in one dramatic leap. You just need to consistently show up. 5 minutes of movement today beats an hour of exercise you never started. One honest conversation today beats waiting for the perfect moment. That never comes. Progress isn't about doing more. It's about doing something. Big results are built from tiny, daily decisions. Ones that are easy to dismiss in the moment, but powerful over time. You make your future not in the grand gestures, but in the small, quiet choices. Showing up early, sending the email, saying no to distractions, saying yes to discomfort. So stop glorifying the perfect plan. Stop idolizing the big, dramatic win. Real success is stacked on small actions, done over and over, even when they're boring, even when you're tired, even when nobody's watching. That's how you build discipline, confidence, and momentum. Big intentions make promises, small actions deliver. Your future self is built by today's choices, not tomorrow's dreams, not next month's plans, not the someday you keep talking about. Every decision you make today, what you say yes to, what you say no to, how you spend your time, who you surround yourself with, those are the bricks you're laying for the life you're going to live. The question isn't where will I end up? It's what am I building with what I'm doing right now? People want change, but they treat the future like it's some far-off version of themselves who magically wakes up motivated, focused, and disciplined. That person doesn't just appear. You become them by doing the work now. The habits you practice today are the identity you step into tomorrow. If you want to be stronger, more confident, more successful, then today needs to reflect that, not perfectly, but intentionally. And no, you don't need to overhaul your entire life in one day, but you do need to start taking your choices seriously. Because every time you skip the workout, scroll past the opportunity, procrastinate on the thing you said mattered, that's a vote for your current self. But when you choose the hard thing, the right thing, the aligned thing, that's a vote for the future you actually want. The real shift happens when you stop making choices based on how you feel in the moment and start making them based on who you're becoming. Think about that. Are your actions today building the life you keep saying you want, or are they keeping you stuck in the one you're trying to grow out of? So if you want a future you're proud of, start showing up like it matters, because it does. That next version of you isn't waiting down the road. It's shaped right here, right now, by what you choose to do next. Your future isn't fate. It's built, choice by choice, habit by habit, day by day. Let's cut to it. Your life doesn't change when the calendar flips or when you finally feel ready. It changes when you stop buying into your excuses, stop waiting for motivation, and start moving, even if it's messy. These 6 mindset shifts aren't just feel good phrases, they are tools, and if you actually use them, they will rewire the way you think, act, and live. You are not stuck. You're just scared, so move anyway. You don't need more motivation, you need momentum, so take the first step. Fear is a habit, but so is courage, so choose which one you're going to practice. Your thoughts are not facts. Challenge them. Replace them, reclaim your focus. Small actions beat big intentions. So start small, but start now, and remember, your future self isn't waiting to rescue you. They're counting on you to build them, one choice at a time. This isn't about being perfect. It's about being in motion. Show up, screw it up, learn, adjust, keep going, because if you do, there's no version of your life that you can't change. Thank you, everyone.